Hey, hey, hey. What's happening, man?
Hey, what's going on, Bill? Whoa. All right, hold on. Continue. How you doing, brother?
Everything's good. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Look at that studio, man.
Wait. It's fake. It's fake. Yours is real. Mine is fake. This is
I was like, whoa, man. I didn't know you had that.
No, I don't. This is Jesse Miller's studio in Florida.
It's what is it?
Jesse Miller's studio in Florida.
Okay. Yeah, how's he doing?
Sessions recording. He's doing well.
Very good. Yeah, look at that, man. Looks like an old SSL.
Yeah. This is Jesse's stuff.
Yeah, look at that.
I just wanted to look in style for the talk.
It's weird looking because I'm used to my SSL was like dark. Like that was the newer ones, the newer 4000s or 9000s were like more like tan.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. It looks great. Hey, it looks like you got an old tape machine, old Ampex or something back there.
Oh yeah, he's got everything going on.
Yeah, look at that. And yeah, but a big old Pro Tool screen right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
how's everything, man? What's going on?
Man, just another day in paradise.
Hey, that's what's up. Staying out of the way of this COVID nonsense.
Yeah, we've been home. Well, yeah. There's the smallest chance we may get a little interrupted in the middle of our soiree. My kids are home.
No problem.
For 9 weeks.
Yeah, of course, right.
Yeah,
and you're homeschooling and home everything else.
It's like, wow. Yeah. So.
That's cool.
So you got the tracks.
I did. So
there you go, man.
Pull them up right quick.
It's a big, dense mix of like not a lot of elements. There's some elements, but it's more getting it all to jive.
Right.
Oh, okay. Here, you know what I'll do? I'm gonna do you want me to pull mine over so you can kind of see? Because I pulled up the mix.
Cool. That'll work too.
How do you do that? Oh, wow! Look at Terex there.
Oh, everybody's there.
My basement in North Carolina. Right in front of him was that big old SSL.
Everybody's there. Here, check it out. Let me send you the remote. Right? So you got remote control. So when you press the space bar, everything happens. Oh no, it didn't happen.
Oh wait, no, maybe it's here.
And you got control of the screen, so
seemed like your world had come undone, just like my broken heart. I know you're scared and reeling, but
how's the volume? Is it distorting?
Feel my pain on and on, on and on. All I can say is not the same without you here. A falling tear runs on my face.
So you got control. So if you want to move around with the mouse,
since you were here.
you can go ahead.
You know what's funny about the song? So, I guess about 8 years ago, maybe, my dad and my brother died back to back, and I was wrecked. And my brother gave me that Taylor literally on his deathbed. I had gone out to Florida, and I got there about 2 hours before he died.
Wow.
So I brought my little songbook and I was singing to him. He was catatonic, but at one point he did raise up his eyebrows. I was singing all the songs that Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young and Bob Seger and Eagles and all the stuff that we loved. And he gave that to me. And when I came home, I was a zombie. And Johnny Cotton was interning with me, that guitar player.
Yeah.
Who lives out here now and still works at the studio with me sometimes.
Very cool.
And I said, let's write a song. I want to do it with somebody. I was so sad. I don't want to just sit here by myself. Let's write a song about what's going on. So that was like his riff.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of his riff, the verse part. And then I kind of wrote the chorus, which is more the straight, like, modern rock. So, but we wrote the song together, and we recorded it, and it was coming out really nice. Tarek played drums. I had Bobby on bass. I played guitar. Johnny played guitar. I did the keyboards. All this stuff. But when I came to sing it, I couldn't sing it. It was too high.
Emotion.
You know, it wasn't even.
It was too high. You mean the range was too high?
Yeah, it was too. Well, it wasn't. It was too high at the time. But also, by the time I got to the vocals, like it was almost like Sheryl Crow. Man, I can't cry anymore. I didn't want it. I couldn't feel it any. I needed to stop with what was going on. And I remember going in to track the vocals, and I actually busted a music stand. I started singing, and I kicked the music stand.
Okay.
And I just said, "Forget it.
Yeah.
I'm done. I can't do this." And at the time, I was almost 300 pounds. I was massively depressed. I was, drinking. I mean, I was just a wreck. So I was it. I just let the song go, and it was done. All I had to do was just stand behind the mic for 3 minutes and mix it. But it sat for like 7 years until last year, when I've been getting all healthy and losing weight, and I've got this. My voice is like more intense than ever, and I thought, I'm like, I wonder if I could sing that tune. And I warmed up and I pulled it on, and when I hit that first line of the hook, I'm like, man, I could sing it.
Nice.
And that's how it all came about. So some of that footage was old footage from Raleigh.
Okay, I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Footage of Tarek and the studio and the SSL, and then me mixing with Rob and everything. And Johnny actually came for the mix and that. And then, my vocal was last year here in Nashville. So anyway, I don't know if anybody cares about a backstory.
No, everybody cares about backstory. But no, I didn't know that. Like, I just assumed that all of that was filmed around the same time that you wrote the song.
No, that all the drum tracking was filmed, I guess, about 8 years ago. I don't know what year it was, but yeah, so yeah, that was it. So, yeah, it was amazing to get it done. And then I found all these old pictures of my parents, and I found this one picture of my brother and my dad. Found this one picture at the end of my parents, and it looked like a picture of my kids.
Wow.
That was the whole concept of it.
It is, yeah, that you live on through the kids and the grandkids.
My youngest son there was something about him reminding me of my dad. And he only met him one time. There's a picture in there of my dad holding him. Yeah. That's my oldest son. The only time we met him. So
that's great, though. That's what's up.
Yeah, that song's for real, though.
It is.
I was like, man, getting through that. I was just glad for it to be done. And then like a month later, I listened to the mix, and I'm like, dang, the vocals are too dry, and oh my god, the four tom's too loud. Like, being a mixer, it just ruins everything, man.
That always happens. It always happens.
I listen to an old mix, I'm like, what was I thinking?
Right. That's how it works. The same mixer won't mix the same. The same mixer will mix a song differently on a different day.
Yeah,
and a different mixer will mix the same song differently on the same day.
What's weird is that, when I posted the video up last year on YouTube, the response was great, but he was into it. And one guy said, I really like the mix. And he said, I really found it interesting that you kept the story so personable by making the vocals so dry.
Yeah, and so vintage.
Well, that wasn't actually the plan. I'm glad you found out. And then I listened to it, and then I was like, wait a second, the voice does sound dry. I don't know. When you're mixing, man, like they used to say in LA, you never finish a mix, you abandon mixes.
You don't. Yeah, you don't. And it's all luck shots. It's all luck. Oh, is a sign in the yard? Let me finish this, and I'm going to come out there.
I didn't put it out there. The school came and put signs out in the yard because my kids
For,
graduated today.
Oh, congratulations. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's from Dan Mills. But let me
Excellent.
finish this, all right?
Yeah.
I love you. You rock. I told you that was gonna happen.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how
It's
mixing is.
clairvoyant.
That's how mixing is. It's, you know, I've mixed like a lot of songs, and I'll go back and I'll listen to stuff that I mixed in 2010, 2011, 2012, and it's just luck shots. If you still like a mix that you did in the past, even if it's 2 weeks past.
Right. You're like, oh.
It's a luck shot. It's like, I still really like that mix. It just works for me still, but like 80-90% of them, you're like, oh no, I should have done this, I should have done that.
I did this record last year for this dude in Australia, and he just released a video for the single like, I don't know, 3 days ago. And I listened to it, and it sounded so good, and I was so happy. And sometimes you listen to him, you're like, okay.
Nice.
Close, but no cigar, Lugo.
Exactly. That's what's up. How's everything else going?
It's going good, man. You know, just miraculously staying busy.
Cool.
And, you know, yeah, it's you know, it's been a little weird. You know, you're in the city.
Oh yeah, over here in the epicenter. Ooh.
Yeah, where in New York do you live?
I'm in Manhattan, so we didn't really get it that badly. Yeah, we like Manhattan. It's easier for Manhattan people to socially distance and all that.
Right.
It's tougher when you're out in like Queens or the Bronx, which are kind of outer boroughs, because like a lot of people live together, and you have no control over who leaves the house, catches something, and comes back in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you know, and also like for me, I have like 6 grocery stores within 5 blocks of my house.
Right.
A lot of people out in Queens, they all have to go to the same grocery stores. That's where you see those lines. Like people are like, oh, I'm on a line for an hour to get into Trader Joe's.
Right.
Like, I'm not trying to stand on a line for 10 minutes. You know,
Right.
I mean, I have so many choices. So it's just we have more of an ability to self-sequester here than they have over there. So it's just it spreads a lot more in the outer boroughs. But we've almost, as far as I'm concerned, we pretty much run out of people, because we were dropping 500 people a day for like a whole week. Out of the whole state, and now like yesterday it was like 103 people. So it seems odd to say, but only, I mean, meaning the whole state. Like Manhattan yesterday dropped like 23 people to COVID.
Does that mean people that found with it?
Yes, people who were diagnosed with COVID who died.
Oh, who died? Okay.
Only 23 of them died yesterday in Manhattan, and our population is 1.6 million. So it's at this point it's negligible. But the point is that we were following the same trajectory as Europe, and Italy was dropping 700 people a day for like 2 weeks in a row. So it could have been really worse.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, we're on the bottom end of it. But now what's happening is they're opening.
Well, the thing too is a lot of New Yorkers grew up swimming in the Hudson River.
Right.
So you live in Manhattan, dude. I mean, you know, you live in Italy. You don't even know gross.
Yeah.
You don't even know rats.
Like COVID, get away from me, COVID.
Yeah.
But
that's good.
Yeah, so no, everything's good around here, and so they've opened up New York State, which is higher up, but they haven't opened us up yet. But yeah, it's getting really warm around here. The weather's really nice. It's a beautiful day today, actually, right now.
Yeah.
And like more and more people are going outside. Like more and more people are just like, hey, let's go have fun. So we'll see what happens in the next few weeks. But
yeah.
You know, I think by July we'll be back to some sort of normalcy.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Well, good, man. All right. So what's up with this song?
Just gonna. Well, okay. My idea is that what I used to do is I used to just put on record and mix songs. And what happens is it's like 2 hours long and nobody cares and blah, blah, blah. So what I'm going to do this time is like go in sections and like look at the drums, look at the bass, look at the guitars.
You want to do that with me on?
I can, yeah, if you're here. Yeah, you said you'll be back on the 30th.
I've got a half an hour. So you got me till 2 o'clock my time.
Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, I mean,
I didn't know. I didn't even know what we're doing. Okay.
Okay, yeah, no, my idea is to do just sections. Like,
okay.
So I'll do the whole mix, but I'll record it and then I'll say, okay, this is what I did with the kick and the snare, for instance.
Right.
Or this is how I set up the drum bus. Like maybe I'll do an ABC like you used to do on the SSL.
The Brower thing.
Yeah. You know, with the waving or the floating on one of them, and you know the punchy stuff for the drums.
You got some memory.
Yeah,
you got good memory.
That's great content, man. You know, but so yeah, that's the plan. Is I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'll do it like in installments, and like at the end of it, it'll be like the. Well,
that'll be cool. It'll give people a chance to kind of get in depth with what you're doing, ask questions, and kind of. Yeah. What are you mixing in or on, or are you in a DAW? What? I'm
mixing in Logic right now. What's going on is like I dual boot my computer, meaning that I have 10.8.5 operating system on the Mac and I have 10.12. So on 10.8.5 I use Pro Tools, and on 10.12 I use Logic.
Oh,
so
cool.
Since everything that I use for screen recording works better in 10.12, I'm going to use Logic to do it. Yeah, I mean, I prefer every day to use Pro Tools, but for the whole system of putting together media, I need to use Logic for it. Yeah, but
cool, man.
So
well, that'll be exciting. Exciting for guys in Pro Tools to see Logic in action too. You know, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
One of my clients just bought it yesterday, and I'm going to help her get set up. So I'm going to have to, you know, learn a little bit about it. I mean, they're all kind of the same once you know.
Yeah. I think it'll also be cool for people who, you know, at this point, there are fewer and fewer people actually mixing rock.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is legit rock. I mean, this
it is.
Rock tune, like Uberschall's.
This is as legit as it gets.
Yeah, this is like, yeah. It's funny to hear this song. I still hear my voice. I'm like, whoa, like, ah! Sometimes I write songs like at night, and I'll write them and sing falsetto.
Right.
You know, I'll just be like, you don't know why.
Right. But then you gotta actually do
it. I'm like, wait a second, hold
on.
It's like now I turned it into a Chris Cornell exercise. You know?
Right. Yeah.
That was one of them. That was one of them that kind of hit me in the end, but I ended up kicking its butt.
Yeah, and that's the thing about falsetto is falsetto is easy to sing at low volumes.
Right.
But when you've got to push it, that's the problem.
You gotta step into the ring with Tyson.
Absolutely.
Have you seen that video footage of Tyson training?
I heard about like
now.
God. Like now,
dude,
right?
Dude, you got to see it. I'm into boxing, so oh my God. And Tyson's like was my hero.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, and he's in his training. You got to see it. He literally looks like a mass murderer. Like he looks like anybody that stands in front of him. The dude that was training him, he said the first time he threw that right hook, he said as I backed away to put the mitt in front of it, he said I literally saw my life flash before my eyes.
Oh no! Because he's like, I've seen this so many times.
He said I was terrified. He said the look on his face, and just the speed that it came at me, I never experienced anything like that, you know?
Yeah.
And then Evander Holyfield puts out his little one, he's like doing mitts and like this, and I'm like, man,
jumping rope, Evander Holyfield.
You are gonna have to go into another realm, man. He's fighting like he's, you know, at like Title Box doing a class.
Right.
And Mike's like, I'm going to kill the person that's standing in front of me.
Exactly. That's what we're here for, right? We're supposed to kill them, right?
Yeah, he said, yeah, today's boxers are good businessmen or are businessmen. He said, I was a killer.
Exactly. And you handle the business, I'll handle the killing.
Yeah. All right, well, let me know, like, what do we want to do on this? You got me for like 20, 25 minutes.
Okay, anything this is what I would say. Anything that you want to say, that you want to get out there about the song. Like, my idea is, what I'm doing right now is I'm recording this locally from Zoom. So anything that you don't...
Do you want me to pull my computer over to my screen and kind of go through what I have?
Yeah, let's do that. But anything you want to do right now, let's do that, and then I'll incorporate it as the first video in my series.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I
want to hear anything you got to say.
Play it loud, man. And the
that's gonna happen.
One of the things that I'm a kind of all right. So like I'm a fan of Randy Staub. Mm-hmm. So trying to get those guitars wide. Okay. I think that's like when you hear like one of the songs that I referenced for this was that song Look with a View, or View of a Room, or View of a Look. It's off of like that newer Alice in Chains song, Alice in Chains record. Okay. They're trying to get that like guitars are like Nickelback, almost feels like they're coming out of the side. Okay. It's weird, right? Yeah. I used BX Shred Spread.
Right. Yep.
Now, when I tracked this, I didn't do a lot of alterations on left and right. A lot of people say, it'll sound wider if you switch out the cabinet or use another guitar or a different head. Or I did a little bit of EQing, but I don't know. I just didn't do it. I just was like on a roll. And I think that there's a pair of guitars that are my big stack, which was like Marshalls and whatever I had, rectifier, and then I would blend them. But then there's another full pair of Uberschall. The Uberschall I bought like during the making of it, so I just did a separate thing. Okay. So for me, I just found a blend that I liked, where the Uberschall was. And
you recorded all of those together, so you did
I did left side with. Well, here, let me do this.
Yeah.
Let me do this. Hold on 1 second. Because my memory is not, and you're not going to totally be able to see it, but I'll explain it.
That's cool, yeah. This is fun.
So, all right, no, where am I? Okay. Oh, yeah, G1. Oh, wait a second. Did I probably already bounced this down. So here, I'll tell you what they are, and you may want to write notes.
Cool, yeah.
Right. Okay. So G1 and G1B are together. Okay. Anything that has like 1 and 1B, that's one performance. That would be, let's say, panned left. That is my black Les Paul. G1 is the Uberschall. G1B is Harry Brown Eye. It's my 71 Marshall. So let me see if I can kind of mute some things here and figure out how to. Soloing's not the easiest thing when I've got this set up kind of like an SSL. All right, so here, let's see if this works. This is G1. Right. That G1 is Oh, no. That's Uberschall.
Okay.
Black Paul Uberschall. And then G1B is Black Paul, Harry Brown Eye, all one performance.
Excellent. Okay.
Right, super, more martially, and then together. I just have these flat. I didn't really. That's right. Okay, and then and then G2 and G2B are identical. So then they're just panned, like this.
All right, so G1A and B are left, and G2A and B are right.
Right. Well, G1 and G1B are left. G2, G2B, right.
Got it.
Now so I know what happened. This here. Oh no, wait. Okay, yeah. I have also one that's called G Old, which you have it called G Main. It's probably called G Main, or it's called G Old because I consolidated.
All right.
So this is the original tracks that I did. This is Harry, Brown Eye, and Recto. So this is already a blended down, bounced down, and then that's it. I just it just sounds crazy with BX Shred Spread.
Right.
So that's like your main, and then I've got all these verse guitars and octave guitars, but that's like to me it's like you get the drums pounding and then you get your guitars big and wide and
right.
almost like you're halfway home.
So with Shred Spread, what you're saying is you put Shred Spread on the bus that all of those guitars are going to?
I have all of these tracks.
Yep.
Going G1, busing into G1 here.
Yep.
And then they're all coming here. So, it's like, it's all right there. Right there. So.
Okay, cool. And then Shred Spread is spreading that out. I use DRMS for that.
Yeah. Whatever you use is cool. One thing I work in Final Cut, and those, let me just get rid of. Oh, no, I don't have to. Those Logic plugins are in Final Cut. They're really nice.
Cool.
So, anyway, that's
it also
that.
works in Premiere. You can load VSTs into Premiere also.
Oh, right on.
You can't load audio units, but you can load VSTs.
Right. Get rid of that. So, yeah. So, you want to go over it? You have any questions? You want to go over anything?
Yes, I do have questions. Okay, so we've got the guitars. What we're going to do with those. The guitar, did you bust those to like a API 2500? What did you do as far as busting the guitar? Or did you bust the guitar?
This was mixed here in hybrid.
Okay.
So this is all plugins. It's I love this one for guitars. This is that Trident.
Yeah.
5K, 8K. That's like that CLA kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah.
And then I've got like a little Blue Stripe.
Yep, that's on all my vocals.
Yeah,
well, not that one. Actually, the UAD one is on all my vocals.
Yeah, but I mean that's really it. That's mainly
Okay.
it. And I mean I've got a big master bus thing going on, but that's the guitars.
So the first question I would have is, what do you feel like out of the groups? What do you feel like leads this song? Because it could be led by the synths, it could be led by the guitars, it could be led by the vocals, it could be led by the drums.
I don't know. Let me see. I don't know. Now you gotta put it down. I mean, I'm a guitar player, so guitar always kind of makes me crazy.
Right.
So,
Okay.
but I don't know, man. I mean, the synths are kind of, I was going through my Devo phase when I did these.
Right.
My friend was there when I was messing with them. We were like, it sounds like Men Without Hats. I don't know. It sounded very 80s, but I don't know. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's really more than anything, it's vocal, because there is a legato-ness to it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's very kind of like da 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 da. Very kind of plotty. That's the vibe of it.
Okay.
I think the tempo's 94. Oh yeah,
it is 94.
92.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
94.
You wrote down 92, but yeah.
Yeah, no.
Logic has a BPM counter, so I just put
perfect.
that on the
Yeah.
I just put
and
that
I
on the snare.
consolidated those to zeros, so you should be good to go with that.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
So as far as the vocal, because I have like a bunch of lexicon and I have the capital chambers and all that. So what's your idea as far as the vocal treatment, verse and chorus?
Yeah, I kind of was messing around with, I've got the H3000 set to split harmonizer.
Yep.
There's some of that, but then the doubler is higher. Because I kind of was, like in a weird way, I was kind of like channeling like almost like Todd Rundgren. Like that's what I love that kind of vocal. Like
Seem like your world had come undone, just like
kind of like very calm. You're almost like getting the listener to lead with his chin, so when the hook comes in, I completely level him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm faking it out. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a polite. Oh yeah, what is this? The new Genesis? You know,
Right.
sounds polite, right?
Yes.
your world had come undone, just like my broken heart.
Yeah, I threw a couple of filtered echoes there.
How are you approaching throws?
The way I do it, I went from my SSL to this. Hey, you want to see my new SSL?
Hey, listen, I hear you.
I love this thing.
I hear
So
you.
what I do, you'll see there's a fader here called QT, quarter throw.
Got it.
And basically on all of my effects here, throughout the song, throughout all the different songs, all the quarter notes here that I put on here all go, they're called quarter, they all go straight to the quarter note delay right here, just right to quarter.
All right.
But on the vocals, instead of it having a quarter, the vocals all have one, it's called QT.
Okay.
It's a quarter throw. So basically the vocal buses on the quarter note to this fader.
Yep.
Because you can't do throws on these buses.
Okay.
You can't do automation.
Yeah.
Right? So then what happens is this now goes to this. So then when I come into, let me see where I'm at. Hold on. Pressurized. You got me under pressure.
Under pressure.
Yeah. Where is it? I don't even know where it is. I don't know where it is now, but yeah, wait a second. Now I'm confused. Well, I guess I didn't throw it there. I would have normally thrown it here.
So, but you're saying you're physically throwing it with the fader port?
Yeah, normally certain like quarter throws. I kind of like to throw them with the fader just because I don't know, man. When I learned how to do it on the SSL, I just
That's
thought
how you did
cool.
it, yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you just kind of like you get used to. I guess here.
So you're not into making a duplicate track and just putting the words that you want for the throw on that track.
Oh no! I mean that could be cool too. I didn't do that though.
Okay,
no.
cool. I was just wondering.
Yeah. So wait a second. I don't know. Anyway, but you can hear there's a throw in there somewhere. It's throwing.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
I know you're scared but I am torn apart.
Right, and the whole concept of the song is the juxtaposition between this peaceful, tranquil.
Right, and all of a sudden it's like
Right, and the thing is, like the more like kind of split harmonizer, doublery stuff you throw on the vocal, the less edge it has. So I wanted the vocal to sound very, like I was inspired by was the Todd Rundgren song "Hello, It's Me." It's like "Hello, it's me."
right.
It's very or like Sarah Smiles, like Hall and Oates, like that kind of thing. And then when this kicks in, it turns into like Dio, right?
Yes, it does actually.
That's it. It's basically a little double underneath the lead vocal.
All right.
And then
And
this
by the end,
one
it turns
has-
into Judas Priest.
Right, yeah, exactly. Killer!
Yeah.
And then, you got me locked inside your love.
Seem like your world.
Right, so I've got my lead vocal here. Here's my main lead. Seem like your world. Then I got my double. Seem like your world. And then I've got my low here. Seem like your world. Which is this was like an old scratch vocal that I just kept it. I liked it. I'm like, forget, I'll just keep it. And then I bounced it out, and then I think there was like a stack of 4 of them, and I just weirded them out. And then onto this, I also put a whisper. Seem like your world.
Yeah, the Def Leppard, the Mutt Lang thing.
Seem like your world had come undone. Just like my broken heart, I know you're scared and reeling, but I am torn apart. Feel my pain. What's weird is that it doesn't really sound that dry after my comment about.
No, it's not dry at all.
It's really dry.
It's not dry at all.
Because it's so legato.
It's relatively dry. That's what it is. It's not dry.
Right. Exactly. And it's so legato. Like it's like Michael Brower calls it space suckers. Like strings. Like he's like, oh, when I get a thing with a lot of strings, it's like, oh, space suckers.
Right.
You know. So there's
comparatively, everything else is going to seem dry. Yeah.
Right. Everything. There's a lot of like. There's just a lot. It's just one of those songs that kind of. It's not, it's very legato, so I guess, there's nowhere to actually hear reverb trails.
Right. So, but going from verse to chorus, though, you're staying mono, or are you going with, like you were saying about the guitars, panned left and right, spread out vocals?
The guitars are more mono in the verse. It's a single. Right. Here it's a single track. Right, there's probably a stereo acoustic.
There are two acoustic tracks.
Yeah. But then the main guitar is kind of in the middle, kind of like a Jeff Buckley, Grace vibe. So it has a very kind of a little bit more of a monophonic thing.
Right.
But then when it kicks in is when the width starts, which is here. You know what I mean?
Right.
One hard song to sing, brother.
Right. Yeah, it is actually. So, but
still makes me feel weird.
It's a lot of energy. So, but on Feel My Pain, I'm saying you're staying mono with that, or are you going stereo with that? Meaning just the vocal,
stops?
The vocal itself. Like.
Let's see. No, it's just the two. But keep in mind, they've got H3000 on them.
Right.
They're going to pop out.
I see what you. So okay.
No. That's kind of one thing that's like, for better or worse, is my setup, because all of my main vocals come out through these two mono. One, it has a Fairchild plugin. It's kind of like my little ghetto Michael Brower thing. But this one is A3, and that here is my vintage 1176, my Uri. So that channel is just gonna like have more booty on it. I could probably at this point almost recreate it with a stereo and stop doing it this way, but it's just I've still got a BGV stereo track that does, and it does have BGVs. There's some little light kind of
So you're saying that the verse. So you're saying that the verse does not have H3000 on it, and the chorus does.
No, it does. It just, I don't think it has as much. Plus, the chorus hitting it that hard is going to make it react.
So you're fading the 3000 also.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because they're on separate tracks. Yeah. So they like the vocals are bussed through V1. The verse is V1. The chorus would be V2. so I can have a totally different profile.
Got it.
You
Yes.
know, I can have the chorus. The chorus, I think I went brighter.
I see what
to
you're
make
saying.
it pop. Because what I wanted to do was figure out how to keep the vocals lower in the mix. Michael Wagner, when I finished the record a long time ago, we sat in my car and listened to it, and he's like, oh yeah, it's really cool, and he gave me some tips on where I could have done something a little different or whatever. And he said the key to mixing rock and roll is to figure out how to get the guitars too loud in the chorus.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said. And, you know, because thinking about, like, No More Tears, Ozzy, you know, like how could then a part of it is like you listen to Back in Black. I mean, a part of the reason why the guitars can be so loud is because Brian Johnson's voice cuts.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be loud. I mean, you listen to some of that Soundgarden stuff, it's like almost like listen to the song Super Unknown. It's like the vocal is buried. It's still, you can still hear it because so that's what I was trying to do with this, because if you listen to when it comes in, it feels almost out of balance, right?
Okay.
Like coming into this. I'm sunk in, but that's the way I like it. Because I want, like, I find
the guitars are really the energy.
Yeah, if it's too vocal heavy, it sounds like a demo to me. You know, it just doesn't sound cool. It doesn't sound like a record.
It's like, you know, KC and the Sunshine Band. It's like, you want the whole group, not me and them.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's, I guess that's kind of the, I mean, there's little harmonies in there, and it's, there's some oohs and ahs that, you know, these go through a BGV.
Oh yeah, the ahs. That's what I was going to ask about too. What's your? Because the ahs go throughout. The ahs go throughout. So like, what's your idea for that? Like, are those supposed to be just subliminal, or are they supposed to come up at times?
Loud. They're just, you know, I mean, I don't know. You know, I grew up on a Squeeze and that kind of music that had those kind of harmonies, you know. Like I just like those sometimes. Like it's almost like instead of putting like a keyboard pad, you do it with your voice. Right. You know, and it's a little bit more.
But is it supposed to be like a filler, like feel my pain, on
Yeah. Just kind of, well, let me hear how it sounds in context. Just a little bit of confidence, and I mean, it almost has like a, you know, I mean, obviously this is a really intensely, could be perceived as a morbid song, but it's got a little bit of almost a ghosting effect. Okay. You know what I mean? Like that's just the whole concept of it, almost like from the grave. You know what I mean?
I do.
It sounds like, it doesn't sound like the singer. It sounds like it's kind of this other thing, you know. Yeah. It doesn't sound like just like band guys. Like it just has kind of its own things.
Yeah, it's more like a memory of something than a testimonial.
Exactly, and that's really what it was, man. It's good to see. I'm glad you're doing good, man.
You too, man. Let's just stay out of the way, and we'll be past this COVID thing soon enough and back to
we will.
Regular life.
All right, let me go. I got to teach. I got somebody in 2 minutes on Skype, but
cool.
Yeah, if you want to do any more of these, or you want to whatever, let me know, man. I'm glad we're doing this, man.
Excellent. Me too.
It'll be fun.
So you're back on the 30th, you said. So
yeah,
we could pick it up then. Definitely.
Yeah. And I mean, if we want to chat at all while I'm traveling, I'll be on the road, and we're going to North Carolina, and so.
That's what's up. All right, man. Thanks again for the files. Thanks for the messages and the education as always.
All right, man. Well, cool. Well, it's good talking to you.
You too. Catch up soon, all right?
All right, man.
Later.
Bye.
Peace.